Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sotheby's, in person and online. It's so nice that so many of you come in tonight. We've missed you. I hope you've missed us, and I hope you show it tonight how much you've missed us. We're hoping next year will be a more normal year in Sotheby's, but the changes and the excitements we've had this year will never leave us. So it's fitting that this is one of the last auctions of the year, is the Old Masters Evening Sale, that bastion of the season. And it's also fitting that there are a number of familiar faces in the audience. And I'm remarkably pleased to see a number of familiar faces, albeit heavily disguised, on the telephone desk. So for all of my colleagues, on behalf of Sotheby's, it's a pleasure to see you here. Of course, for those of us joining us on the internet, we can't see you, but we're very glad you have, in newer and greater numbers. And for those who are making telephone bids, I can only wish you the best of luck tonight. And therefore, I will now commence the auction by reading the traditional auctioneer's announcement. The auctioneer may open the bidding on any lot by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. The auctioneer may further bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot. Please note that the following lot has an irrevocable bid, lot number 5, and the following lots have been withdrawn from this sale, lots 18, 19, 21, and 23. So, without further ado, let's start the bidding. On lot number 1, the workshop, or close circle of Lucas Cranach the Elder, the martyrdom of St. Ursula and the 11,000 virgins. And we have interest here, and we start the bidding here at £60,000, at 60,000. 60,000 is bid at 60,000, 65, 70,000, 75, 75,000, 75, 80,000. 80,000 is bid at £80,000, 85,000 now in the room at £85,000. Next bid's 90. At 85,000, the bid's selling here on the table. You've cleared my commissions, and at 85, 90,000 against you. 95,000. 95 is bid in the room. At 95,000, 100,000, 110,000. 110,000 is bid. 120,000. No more. At 120,000, then I'm selling in the room at £120,000. Any more? At 120,000, all done. Sold. Yours, madam. Well done. And that is paddle number. Can I just see your paddle, Maria? It's paddle 878. Thank you very much indeed. Moving on now, lot number 2 is the Virgin and Child with the Young St. John the Baptist by Mariotto Albertinelli and Giuliano Bucciardini. And our interest starts here at £70,000. At 70,000, 70, 75,000 is bid. 75,000. 75,000 is bid now against the internet at 75,000. Next bid's 80. At 80's bid, Hongi's bid at 80,000. 80, we've got 85,000. It's against you now at 85. Would you like to bid 90? 90's bid against you. 90, not yours now. 95,000, still against you at 95,000. At 95,000. Bidding 100,000. In at 100,000 then. He's bid at £100,000 and selling here on my left on the telephones in Sotheby's London at £100,000. On the telephone in front of the socially distanced crowd at £100,000, I'm selling, fair warning, against the other telephones at 100,000. Thank you very much. And the paddle is number, yes, it's all right, hold it up, I'll read it, 122. Thank you so much. Lot number 3 then, Biagio d'Antonio, the Virgin and Child before a landscape. And we start the bidding here at 30,000. £30,000, 30,000. Next bid's 32. 30,000 is bid. £30,000. At 30,000. At £30,000. Do I have 32? 32 is bid. At £32,000. 32,000. Next bid's 35. 32,000. I'll take 34 if you like. 34,000 is bid. 34,000 is bid now. At 34,000. Thank you. At £34,000. Next bid is 36. At £34,000. Any more then? At £34,000. You all done? 34. 36,000 then. At 36,000 now. 36,000. Next bid would be 38. At £36,000. At 36, we've got 36, 38,000. At 38,000 then. £38,000. All done. At £38,000. Are you bidding? It's against you now at 38,000. Next bid's 40. At £38,000. Fair warning. For 38,000. Passed at 38,000. Now, lot number 4 is the Francesco Ubertini, Tobias and the Angel. And my bid start at £150,000. At 150,000, 160,000, at 160,000. 170,000 with James at 170,000 pounds. At 170,000, 180,000. 180,000 pounds. At 180,000. It's against you at 180. Are you bidding one? You want to bid 180? 180, 190 against you then. Sorry? 180 is your bid then. Yes, 180,000 is your bid. At 180,000 pounds. Any more? At 180,000, fair warning, for 180,000 pounds. 180, and the paddle is... Oh, it's almost better to hold it up because the Sotheby's mask is doing such an efficient job. 104, thank you very much. Sorry, all of you. But the masks are preventing more than COVID tonight. They're preventing the art market, and that can't be allowed. Lot number 5, then. The second of the Botticellis that have been in Sotheby's this week, and I hope those of you in London saw the one that's being sold in New York. But here we have the wonderful Christ on the Cross with St. Monica, Augustine, Mary Magdalene, Jerome, and Bridget of Sweden, the Botticelli. And we start this here at £500,000. At 500,000. At 500,000. 500,000 pounds. 520, 550, 580, 580 against you. 580 not yours. 600 is bid, 650. 650 is bid, 700. 700,000 is bid, now with Andrew Fletcher. At £700,000, I'm selling on my right. At £700,000. At 700, 750. 750,000, Hongyi's bid. At 750. It's against you, Andrew, at 750. At 750, your bid, at 750,000. 800 now with Alex. At 800,000, Alex, it's your bid. We're against you now at 800,000. Would you like to bid 850? 850,000 is bid. At 850,000. Next bid's 900. 850's bid and Alex is out. And 850's bid and Andrew is out. At £850,000 for the last time and selling. Here on the telephone and selling for 850,000. All yours. And paddle number is 122. Thank you very much. Lot number 7, the Callisto Piazza, Assumption and Coronation of the Virgin. And start the bidding here at 50,000 for me. £50,000, please. At 50,000. £50,000 at 50,000 is bid. 50,000 now, 55,000. 55 is the bid at 55,000. Against you now at 55. Next bid must be 60. 55,000 is bid, 60,000. £60,000 now at 60. 65,000. At 65,000. Next bid is 70. At £65,000. Any advance on 65,000? At 65. 65. There's a bid being thought about at £65,000, and the next bid would be 70. 65,000. 70,000's bid at 70,000 now. £70,000 is the bid. It's on the telephone desk now at 70,000. Any advance on 70? On this telephone here at 70,000. Any more? At 70,000, 70,000, 75,000. At 75,000 now. At 75,000 against Georgia. At 80,000 now on the telephone. Ari's bid at £80,000, and I sell on the far end of my left-hand telephone desk at £80,000. All done? 80,000, thank you. And that's paddle number 118. Now, lot number 7 is the Hans Uerth portrait of Joan Thornbury, Mrs. Wakeman, shown behind Julian Gascoigne on the walls in our main gallery here in London. And we start the bidding here at £300,000. At 300,000. £300,000 is bid. 300,000. At 300,000. Next bid 320. 320 is bid online. 340,000 against you. 360's bid. 380 also against you. Against you, Andrew, and against you online at 380. Who's coming in first? 400,000. Andrew Fletcher. I'm so sorry online. You were a fraction too slow. But at 400,000, I'll offer you 420. 420's bid. It's against you now, Andrew, at 420. 450. 450's bid. Now it's against the internet at 450,000. At 480,000. Online bidder at 480. 500,000. Now, may I ask 550 online? I have 550,000 bid instantly against you, Andrew, at 550. 600,000. 6 is bid at 600,000 pounds. Next bid is 650. 650 is bid. It's online at 650. At 650,000 pounds for the Youth. 720,000, thank you so much, in which case we must offer the internet the option to bid 750,000. We do like vulgar fractions at Sotheby's. It just takes us a tiny amount of time to calculate them. And we have a vulgar bid for 750 from George Gordon, interrupting the internet. And now I have 800,000 online. I am afraid the internet is ahead of you, as I think we all knew, at 800,000 pounds. And against you, George, and against you, Andrew. It's 800,000 pounds online against both of you. At 800,000 pounds. No more from George. At 800,000. 20 if you like, Andrew. Sure? Thank you so much. We're at 800,000 pounds. I've offered 820. I'm selling online. Against you, George. Against you, Andrew. Selling here on Sotheby's.com. Sold. Paddle number 30. Thank you very much indeed. Lot number 8 is the Franz Franken the Younger. Neptune and Amphitrite. I always worry how to pronounce Amphitrite because I never do. And we start the bidding here at 40,000 pounds, at 40, 42,000, 42's bid, 45, 45,000. Next bid's 48,000. 45,000 is bid at 45,000. At 45,000. I've cleared the commissions at 45,000 pounds. Any more? At 45, 48,000, 50,000, 50 to 55, I'm afraid. 55 against you, George. At 55,000. I have 60 online. May I take it? I have. I'm afraid I took it. It came in. It's booked. At 60,000 against you. Bidding here, 65,000 with Eduardo. Against you now online at 65,000. You'd have to bid 70 to take on Mr. Roberti. 70's bid. Mr. Roberti, you're taken on. 75,000 now with Georgina Elliott. At 75,000, still against you, George, at 75,000, and against you, Eduardo, at 75, 80's bid online, now online at 80, and against you, Georgina, and against you, Eduardo, and against you, George, at 80, 85 is bid, now with Eduardo at 85,000, against you now, Georgina, 90, I'm sorry, online came in first, I will come straight back to you though, George, I have 90, can I have 95? 95 is bid, Eduardo is bid at 95, still against you online, at 95,000 pounds. At 95, still against you, George. 100,000 is online. Online now at 100,000. Next bid is one. No more. The line has been drawn in the sand at 100,000 pounds. I'll take 5 if you like. 5 is bid. 105,000. Can we adjust the internet to allow 5,000 pound increments? We have George Gordon at 105. Next bid's 110. Bidding Georgina at 110,000. Thank you. It's against you, George. Would 15 work? 115,000. Against you, Georgina, at 115,000. 120 is the next bid. 150, no more from Georgina. It's still with George. And it's against you online. 120,000. Every time I say online, another one of my colleagues bids. Are you trying not to be made redundant by the internet? 120, you're succeeding, may I say, in not being made redundant by the internet, you wonderful people. 120,000 pounds then, with Andrew. 125,000 with George, at 125,000 against you, Andrew. At 130,000 now. 130,000. 135,000. 135,000. I'll take 140. At 135,000. Any more? At 135,000. It's against you, Andrew. Saying hello is a bad sign. 140,000. 140,000. Against you, George. 145. After 50, we'll go up in tens. But we've got to 145,000. So if you do bid 150, I will then continue in tens. Should the bidding continue, of course. 150,000. May I say 160, George? 160,000. At 160. 160,000. 170,000. At 170,000. Not yours now, George. At 170,000. 180,000. 190,000. At 190. Next bid's 200. 200,000. At 200,000. Would you like to bid 220, Andrew? 220,000. 220,000. Next bid's 240. Or not. At 220,000 pounds, Andrew's bid against George, not yours online. I'm selling now for 220. Next bid's 240, but for 220,000 pounds, fair warning, paddle number 107. Thank you very much. Lot number 9 then is the collection of Peter Balzer. Peter Balzer's Salomon von Ruisdael, the river landscape with sailing boats. And this we start at £50,000. At £50,000 for this one. At £50,000. At 50,000, 55,000. 55,000 is bid. At 55,000. Do I have 60? 60,000. Now at 60,000. Next bid is 65,000. At £60,000. 60,000 is the bid. Shall we take 65? No, not yours, George. It's against you, I'm afraid. At £60,000, I'm afraid. Not yours, no. At £60,000. Any more? At £60,000. At 60,000. £60,000. I'll take 62 if you like. 60,000, it's with me at 60,000. If you want to bid 62, that will be okay. Promise you. Nothing could go wrong at £60,000. Fair warning, at £60,000, and you're all against us at £60,000. Passed. Lot number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, as you might expect, I have spent the past year living in my pajamas in front of Netflix, and therefore I have entirely forgotten how to conduct auctions. Consequently, I have made the most strategic error an auctioneer possibly can, and I have done something a little bit wrong. It's only a little bit wrong, and it can be instantly corrected by reopening lot number 8. So if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, I will sell lot number 9, and then I will reopen lot number 8, if you understand. So we will start, is that good? Lot number 9. Lot number 9, that's the one I have to reopen. Yes, lot number 9. So I have to reopen lot number 9, and if the telephone bidder is ready, I will reopen lot number 9. So if we're all ready, it's groundhog auction, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to try lot number 9 again. And we start the bidding at 40,000, I think, 40,000, 40,000, 42, 45,000, 48,000 pounds. At 48,000, at 48,000 pounds, at 48,000 pounds. Next bid is 50. 48,000 pounds is bid. Do I have a bid of 50? I do, thank you so much, Ariana. A bid here at 50,000. 50,000 pounds. Now, do I have a bid of 52,000? 50,000 is the bid on the telephone. And I'm selling at £50,000. At £50,000. Any more? At 50,000, fair warning for £50,000. Harry, it is yours at 50,000. Paddle number 123. So we move on to lot number 10. Apologies for the small rehash there, but lot number 10 is the Jacob van Ruisdael, which is showing here behind me, the landscape with a cottage and stone bridge under a cloudy sky. And we start the bidding here for this beautiful work at £600,000, at 600,000, at 600,000, 600,000, 650, 650's bid. At 650, 700,000, 700 with Eduardo, 750 against you. At 750,000. 800,000 is bid. Now on the telephone at 800,000 and selling for £800,000. Any more than £800,000 to be bid? At 800,000, I'm selling then. here on the telephone on my right at 800,000. Any more? At 800,000, are you sure you're all out on the internet? At 800,000, I'm selling, fair warning. It's paddle 101. Thank you very much, Eduardo. Lot number 11. This is the Still Life with the Overtone Silver Tatzer by William Plessida. And we start the bidding here at 70,000, 70, 75, 75's bid, 80. 80 I have, 80. Can I have 85,000? 80,000 is bid. At 80,000, 85 online, 90,000 against you. 90,000 is my bid. It's against you online at 90. My bid is 90. It's against you now. At 90, 95, 100,000 is my bid. At 100,000, with me at 100,000, not online at 100,000. 110 online. It's against you now, Zhao. I'm afraid it was 110. Came in online and against you. Will you bid 120? At 110,000, it is selling. 120,000, it's back with Zhao. It's against my online bidder. 120,000, next bid's 130. At 120,000, I'm selling to the telephone 130 now. Back online at 130. 130,000, and selling online. No more from Zhao, thank you so much. At 130,000, so nice to see a member of the Furniture and Decorative Arts Department competing for the highest quality Old Masters, especially after your wonderful treasures sale earlier today. 130,000, however, is the online bidder, and it's against you on my right, and selling against you, Zhao, and selling for £130,000. 130, thank you. Do you have a paddle? It's paddle 37. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to lot number 12. This is the property from the important English private collection that everyone knows as the Wine Harvest of David Teniers the Younger. Shown here on my left, this magnificent, enormously scaled and beautifully detailed work is brought to auction for the first time here, and we are so proud and delighted to see it here in our sale this evening. And we start the bidding at 2,300,000. £2,300,000 at 2,000,003. Next bid is 2,000,004. 2,300,000 is bid at 2,000,003. 2,000,004. 2,000,004 is bid. 2,400,000 at 2,000,004. 2,500,000. 2,000,005 is bid at 2,500,000. Next bid is 2,006,000 at £2,500,000. Against you all here at 2,500,000. Next bid is 2,006,000. 2,006,000 is bid at 2,600,000. 2,007,000 against you. 2,007,000 is bid. Not yours now at 2,007,000. 2,008,000, thank you very much. 2,008,000 is bid. 2,009,000. 2,009,000 is bid. Next bid, 3 million. 3 million is bid. Thank you so much. At £3 million. Any more than 3? We start here at 3 million, and I'll take 3,000,001 if you like. £3 million is bid. At £3 million. Next bid is 3,000,001. It's yours, sir, at £3 million. At £3 million, and I'm selling here at £3 million. Any advance, it's yours at 3 million. It's fine. At £3 million. Any more? All done and selling against the telephones in the room. I'm selling at £3 million. Fair warning. Yours, sir, at 3 million. And your paddle is 838. Thank you so much. Lot 13 is the work by Sir Peter Lely, the portrait of the second Earl of Chesterfield, Philip Stanhope, second Earl of Chesterfield, shown here. And we start the bidding on this at £100,000. 100,000 is the bid. 100,000. At 100,000. £100,000. 110,000. 110 is bid. 120,000. At 120,000. At £120,000. Next bid is 130. At £120,000. Any advance on 130's bid? 140 against you, Zhao. 140,000 is the bid now. At 140,000, 150,000. Zhao's bid on the telephone. At the far end of the desk at £150,000. Do I have another bid? I'm selling it now. Fair warning, 160,000. Georgina, I do apologize. You were on the far right wing, and now you're in the focus of my eye. 170,000 from Zhao. 170. Opposite ends of the sale room. 170 now against you. 180. 180,000. 180. Next bid is 190. I'm selling then to Georgina on the telephone on my right at £180,000. Thank you, 180,000. Yours at paddle 111, the Nelson for cricketing fans. Lot 14 then is St. Catherine of Alexandria by Onorio Marinari. And this we start at £45,000. 45,000. 45 is bid, 48,000. 48 now. At £48,000. At 48,000, next bid is 50. 48,000 is bid. Do I have 50? At £48,000. At 48,000. 50,000 is bid. 50,000 is bid on the telephones then. Next bid is 55. £50,000 I have. 55,000 against you. At 55,000. At 55,000. 60,000 then. Telephone bid, Hongi's bid at £60,000 and selling here at Sotheby's on the telephones at 60,000. All done? Fair warning. To the room and sold. Paddle number 122, I think. Lot number 15 is the Murillo, the Matadoloroso. And we have a lot of interest here. I'm start the bidding at 90,000, 90, 95,000. 95,000 is bid. 100,000 I have at 100,000. At £100,000. 100,000 pounds it is against you. At £100,000. At 100,000. 110, 120,000 against you. At 120,000. 120,000 is bid. 130,000 on the telephone. 140,000. 140 with me. At 140,000 on commission. 150,000. 160,000. 160 against you. 170,000. 180,000. Still against you. 190,000, you've cleared my commissions, and now you're in clear air at 190,000, and it's possibly against the room, but selling here on the telephone at £190,000. Any advance, all done at 190. Thank you. It's paddle 122 again? Yes? Fantastic. Lot number 16, thank you, is the El Greco, St. Francis of Assisi in Ecstasy. Here it is, great religious painting. And we start the bidding here at £400,000. At 400,000. £400,000 is bid. At 400,000. £400,000 to put it in at 400,000 is bid. 400,000. At 400,000. Next bid is 420. 400,000 we have. At 400,000. 420,000. Now at 420,000. Next bid's 440. 420,000 is the bid, though. At the moment, we have 420,000. Next bid is 440. 440's bid with George now at 440,000. 440 is the bid then with George at 440,000. I'll take 460,000 if you like. 440,000, 460,000. Now against you at 460,000. 460,000 we have. 480,000. Now with George at 480,000. Next bid is 500,000. 480 is bid. At 480, I'm selling then. Here on my left at £480,000. George, it's yours at 480, paddle 113. Thank you so much. Now, lot number 17. Lo Spagnoletto, St. Teresa of Avila by Jusepe Ribera. And this we start at 65,000. 65,000 pounds. 65,000 is bid. 70, 75,000 against James MacDonald. 80,000 with James MacDonald. 85,000 against James MacDonald. And 90,000 pounds with James MacDonald. And selling at 90,000 pounds. It's on the telephone. Next bid's 95. 90,000 I have. Not yours online. It's 90,000 with James. Fair warning at 90,000 pounds. Anybody else? All done at 90,000. Yours, James, and the paddle was 124. Thank you. Lot number 18 is withdrawn. And we move on then to lot number 19, which is withdrawn. And then we move on to lot number 20, which is very firmly here. And it is beautifully drawn. The Jacob Isaacs van Ruisdael, the landscape with cornfields and a thatched barn. And we start the bidding on this lot at £45,000. At 45,000, 48,000, 48,000. That's the bid at 48,000. Next bid is 50. 48,000 we have. Not against you at 48,000. Next bid's 50. 50's bid. Andrew's bid at 50. £50,000 I have. Now against the room. Here on the telephone at 50,000. Can I say 55? 50,000, but 55,000. Now against you, Andrew, at 55,000. at 55,000. 60,000, it's bid. Here on my right, on the telephone, by Andrew Fletcher, at £60,000. Next bid is 65. At £60,000, and selling on the telephone against this room at £60,000. Paddle number 105, thank you so much. Lot number 21 is the Jan Steen, which is withdrawn. And lot 22, we come on to the Jan Josef van Goyen. And, okay, that's good. And this is the river landscape with farmhouses and a ducat upon a high bank. And we start the bidding here at 70,000, 70, 75,000, 75, 80, 80,000 is bid, and 5, 85,000 pounds. 85 is the bid. Next bid is 90 at 85,000. Any advance on 85,000? 85,000. Any more? At 85,000 pounds. At 85, 90,000 now. Now at 90. 90,000 pounds. At 90,000 pounds. Next bid's 95. 95,000 now. At 95,000 pounds. For 95,000 pounds, the next bid is 100. Are we all done at 95,000 pounds? Fair warning for 95,000. Passed. Lot number 23 then, we move on to, which is the Hobbema, which has been withdrawn. And lot number 24 is the Dutch Fates by Van Estada. And this we start at £45,000. 45,000, 45, 48,000, 48, 50,000 pounds. At 50,000 pounds, any more at 50? At 50,000. I'm selling for 50. At 50,000 pounds. Are you all done at 50,000 pounds? And I'm selling, fair warning, for 50,000. That's paddle number 31, the absentee bidder. And then we move on to lot number 25, the Jan Bruegel the Younger, still life, showing at the back of the outer gallery. And interest already here, and I'm going to start the bidding at 70,000, 75, 80,000, 85, 90,000. 90,000 is bid at 90,000. Next bid is 95. 90,000 I have. At 90,000 pounds. At 90,000, 95, 100,000 against you, 110. 110 is bid in the room at 110. 120 I have on my absentee bid. 130 in the room at 130. At 130,000, any more? At 130,000 then, fair warning, at 130, 140 online. 140 is the online bid, 150 then in the room against you online at 150,000, and selling then at 150,000 against you, Andrew, against you online at 160. 160,000, online bidder. 160,000. 170. 170,000 is bid. 170,000. Against you online, and selling here in the room. Are you out, Andrew? You're out. At 170,000, 180,000. 180,000 online. One more, sir? 190,000, thank you. 190,000 pounds it is then, and selling in the room at 190,000 against you online. Are you all done at 190,000? Fair warning at 190,000. 200,000. I'll take 210 if you like, sir. That would help. 210? No, 200,000 it is then, the online bidder at 200,000, and I'm selling to the online bidder, all done at 200,000 pounds. 210 is the next bid, but at 200,000 pounds, I'm selling, fair warning, all done at 200,000. Paddle number 19, congratulations online. Lot 26 is the wonderful portrait of George Hay, the second Earl of Kinnoul, by Sir Anthony Van Dyck at his studio, shown at the back of our main gallery, an imposing figure he is. And we start the bidding here at £100,000, at 100,000, at 100,000. Next bid's 110. £100,000 is bid. At 100,000, 110,000, at £110,000. Next bid's 120. 110,000 is bid. At 110,000. 110. Do I have 120? Is that you bid? 120 is the bidder online. Online now at 120. 130 against you. 130,000 is bid. At 130,000. Next bid's 140. 130 is the bid. At 130 then against you online. One more will put you back in the pole position at £130,000. At 130,000. Do I have 140? It's against you online. You're going to have to bid again, and it's against the room here at 130,000. Any advance for 130 then, still against the online bidder. Not yours now. It's against the online bidder at 130,000. Are you bidding again? No? All done then at 130,000 pounds. Passed at 130. Lot 27 is the second of the Lilies. This is the portrait of the Countess of Carnarvon with a guitar. And the bidding starts here at £70,000 for this. Lot 27 at 70,000. 70,000's bid, 75,000 now. At 75,000. Next bid is 80. At 75,000, bidding, sir? Nope. 75,000 is bid. At 75,000. Next bid is 80. 75,000 we have. At 75. Next bid is 80,000. 75,000. 80 is the bid. Now at 80. 80,000 pounds. Bidding at 80. 85,000. 85 is the bid. Against you over here at 85,000. At 85,000. 90 is the bid. 95 now. At 95,000. Next bid's 100. At 95,000 then. Are you all done in this room and on the phones at 95,000 pounds? Passed at 95,000. Lot 28 is the Battoni, the portrait of Thomas Ord, 1st Baron Bolton, and interest starts here at 240,000, 240. At 240,000, 250, 250,000. At 250, 260,000, 270,000. 270,000 is bid. Next bid's 280. 270 is against you. 280 is bid. At 280,000 now. 290,000. At 290 now against you. At 290, 300,000 is bid. Xiao's bid here at 300,000. At 300, may I say 320 next? It's 300,000 on the far telephone on my left. At 300,000 pounds. At 300,000. Any more? At 300,000 pounds, are you bidding? 320,000. 320 is the bid, with Georgina now against you. It's the old battle between Zhao and Georgina. 350,000, I think it is. 350 then. 350,000. Against you now, Georgina, at 350. Would you like to say 380? 380,000. 380 is bid. No more? At 380,000 on my far right. They're playing a baseline game, ladies and gentlemen, lobbing at each other across the entire width of Sotheby's main gallery. At 380,000 then, the bid is with Georgina. Zhao, it's against you. The next bid's 400. I'm selling it on my right at 380,000. 390 I'll take. 390,000. Do you have a riposte? At 390, Georgina. It's not yours now. 400,000. 400,000 is bid. At 400. I'll take 10 if you like, if that's going to help. 400,000. No more. Thank you so much. At 400,000 pounds, it's on my far right with Georgina and selling at 400,000. Paddle number 111. Moving on then to lot number 29, the Gaspar van Vitelli of Venice, and the entrance to the Grand Canal, and we start the bidding on this at 240,000, 240,000, 250,000, 250's bid, 260, 270 now, at 270,000. Next bid is 280, 270,000, we have it. At 270, 280. Alex Bell is in at 280,000. Next bid's 290. At 280 then with Alex. At 280,000 pounds. Alex's bid. At 280 then. At 208, 290,000. 290,000. 290,000. At 290,000 pounds then. Next bid is 300. At 290,000. Fair warning, you'll have to bid at 290,000. You sure? One more? 290 is it again? 300,000. Thank you so much. At 300,000. Alex's bid, 300,000. Selling it now. Fair warning. Are you bidding? No? Sure? Good. Too late. 300,000. 126. Thank you very much. And lot number 30 is the portrait of Lieutenant General Sir Herbert Taylor by Lawrence, and the bidding starts here at £100,000, at 100,000, 100,000, 110,000, 110,000 pounds. Next bid is 120, 110, 120,000, sorry, too late, 130. Julian, I'll take you at 130, but I had a bid in at 120 already. 140 now is against you. It's not yours again. It's 140,000. Would you like to bid 150? 140 is the bid against you. 150's bid with Julian Gascoigne, our emerit great head of British paintings in the Old Master Department, and he's in at £150,000 for the Lieutenant General, and I'm selling it then against you on the right, and against you in the room, and against you online at 150,000. Paddle number 116, thank you very much. And then lot number 31 is the last lot, and this is the Heinrich Friedrich Fugger, Jupiter, from the collection of Benno Corner, and interest starts in this at £30,000, 30,000, 32,000, 32, 35,000, 35 is bid, 38,000, 40,000, commission bids at 40,000, any more at 40, next bid's 42, 40,000 is bid, 42,000 is bid, 42,000 now with Andrew Fletcher, 45,000 online, against you Andrew at 45, next bid's 48, 48's bid, £48,000, we have it here at 48, 50,000, I'll take it then with Zhao. Sorry, it's not Zhao, it's, who's that not? Hello, £50,000. £55,000. Somehow my bidder has changed. I thought that was illegal under COVID regulations. Maybe you're a bubble. 55,000, 60,000 with Eduardo. Against your market, 60,000. 60's the bid with Eduardo. 65,000 with Andrew. At 65,000 against you in the corner. At £65,000. Any more? At 65,000. 70,000. 70's bid. 70,000 is bid in the corner. Who is that? 75,000 against you. At 75,000. Next bid's 80. 75 is the bid here, 80,000. 80 against you, Andrew, at 80,000. Bidding 85,000. Next bid's 90. At 85,000. 85,000. No more, at 85,000. And still against you, Eduardo, and also against our internet bidder who was active earlier but has since gone out. 90,000 now with George Gordon. At £90,000. George, it's your bid, 95,000. Andrew's bid at 95. At £95,000. No more, at £95,000. Selling here, on my right, 95,000. Fair warning, all done, last lot. Selling it now, £100,000 has come in online. At £100,000. Against you now, Andrew, at 100. Shall we say 110? 105. We'll say 105. At 105,000. Now, lady or gentleman of the internet, it is 105,000 against you, and you'll have to bid 110 to take the bidding on. It's with Andrew Fletcher on the telephone. It's against you online. It's our last lot at 105,000. Any more? 110 is bid. 110,000 now. At 110. 115. 115 is bid. 115,000. 120 is next. The bid is here in this room on the telephone, and it's 115,000. It's not yours online. The next bid's 120, and I'll have to sell here to Mr. Fletcher's telephone, and I don't now because it's 120,000 online. 120,000 online. £125,000 back on the telephone, like Lazarus at 125,000. 125, and against you, Andrew, 130,000. £130,000. Against you, no more? Sure? Second coming is over. £130,000. We have it here with Andrew Fletcher. It's against you online. It's against you on the telephones elsewhere at £130,000. Fair warning, still against you online, and I'm selling for 130,000. Paddle 110. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. We hope to see you again in the new year. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season and that you spend January in Sotheby's, New York, looking at our amazing Old Master sales out there, refreshed and ready for a wonderful 2021. Thank you very much, and good night.